Well, welcome to the Money Tip podcast presented by Fully Funded Life. My name is Joe Sangle, your host, and I'm joined by Megan Hibbard, my co-host. Are you fired up today?
I am.
Yes.
Are you?
Kind of fired up.
Just kind of.
Just a little bit fired up. It's the great season of fall. Love fall. It's great. It's currently winter in the studio. Somewhere I saw a penguin walking around. It's so cold in here.
Freezing.
But we're going to talk today about a very important topic. This topic applies to a large portion of the population, not a majority of the population, but a large portion of it. It also applies to a bunch of people starting out on their money journey or starting over. Yep. And so let's tell everybody what episode number it is and what we're going to talk about.
Yep. So we're on episode 326, and we are talking about how to build wealth on a low income.
Yeah. I like that because most people do not equivocate low income with building wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. They usually say low income, stuck in poverty.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be that way.
No.
Now, if your income is zero, that is not low income. That is no income. Okay. There is a difference. So we're just going to share some tips that are helpful. And we do not want to take away the fact that, hey, look, low income is no joke and is a substantial challenge and requires a level of attention to detail with your money that people that have had different circumstances in life are dealing with. We want to acknowledge that. But we want to give you some tips right now to change that mindset and change your bank account. The first step is to what?
Yeah. So the first step is to start investing immediately. But I feel like the important thing is to remember the title. So you might be on low income, but we're focusing on how to build wealth. So you're saying, I can't invest because I'm on low income. Well, we're talking about how to build wealth.
Lots of things changed about 10 years ago. And that was you can now invest and there are no charges with investing. Mm-hmm. And you can invest as little as $1 at a time. There's no person on low income who can't invest $1 a month. Mm-hmm. In fact, with stock slices from Charles Schwab, they require a minimum of $5. They need a $5 bill. And we've got a link for you. You can click on it. They're called fractional share investing. And it's of about the top 500 most popular stocks. You can buy fractional shares in them for as little as $5. And then Fidelity, they called theirs very innovatively stocks by the slice. So I think that's interesting. We have the link for them, but they one up Schwab and said you can invest as little as $1, a minimum of $1. And you can put your money into stocks. Yeah. So if you like Target and you like Amazon and you like Google, which is parent's company name is Alphabet, or you like Facebook, parent company Meta, whatever that is, boom, you can own a fractional part of that whole company. Mm-hmm. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
It's very exciting. And listen, the way you build wealth is through investing. A few people have built wealth by buying a lottery ticket. The vast majority of people just donated their money. That's what happened. Yeah. So we're talking about proven ways. Mm-hmm. Okay, the second thing is really important. Start that investment. Hey, listen, if you can do $10 a month, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. Mm-hmm. Because it's not about the $10. It's about what you're going to see happen, and it will change how you perceive money. Mm-hmm. And even though you have low income, it'll change how you see it. And it will help you do this next thing, which is the what?
Yep. So be creative with your spending.
Okay, time out. Be creative. Be creative. Creative requires innovation, thinking differently, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have some tips on how people can be creative with their spending?
So maybe you eliminate expenses where possible, or reduce expenses where elimination isn't possible. So the operating statement would be, it's not no forever, it's no for now. So that's the thing to keep telling yourself. This isn't forever, this is for now.
Yes.
So maybe there's some expenses that you can just cut out from your budget. I'm not going to do this. But there's a lot, like in a previous episode, we talked about making your budget realistic. So if your budget's not realistic, then you're not going to stick to it. So there's no point. You need to make sure it's realistic. So if you can't eliminate an expense, cut it back.
Yeah. And this is really important, being creative. with your budget and with your expenses, I'm sure there are a couple things in the budget that are like, it's like your one connection to sanity. Maybe that's what it is. Could you get a better deal on that one? And there's others that, hey, maybe it was important to you at the time, but it can go away. Or can you get a different cell phone contract? Can you share the cost of internet? I don't know what all this looks like, but I do know that when you choose to think creatively, you can start to free up money. And when you've done the first step, which is started investing, you will have a home for those dollars, which is to get more money working for you. Because when you buy shares of stock in a company, let's say Target, when you walk into Target, every person there that's working there with the, do they wear red apron?
They wear, they just red.
Red.
Like
okay.
A shirt.
They're working for you because you're a part owner. Get fired up. And which is better? You working for you, or you plus all of Target's employees working for you? Or you own part of Home Depot stock or Lowe's stock, and you walk in to go to McDonald's and they're working for you. Get fired up. And it will give you a place to take those dollars that you free up. And then, of course, we cannot go away with that low income thing without talking about it. You've got to address it.
Yep. So work to increase income. So maybe you can attain some additional education to help. So maybe some different diploma or degree, certification, or maybe you can take a class or go to a conference or even watch something on YouTube to help increase your knowledge about a specific topic.
Yeah. So, I mean, additional education, it is transformative, not only to the individual, but to the value they can bring to the organization that they're currently working for, or to other organizations they could begin working for.
Yep. So maybe you can do overtime or a second job, or we talked about a side hustle. So any ways like that can help you increase the income that you're bringing in.
I mean, this is really essential because you can have the beginning stages of building wealth on low income, but you will transform your life by getting education. You've heard it said before, the greatest investment you could ever make is into yourself and into your education, because it's just awesome. I mean, I went through Purdue University and learned about mechanical engineering. You went through NC State Wolfpack. Oh, woo! Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Was that kind of right?
Yes.
Yeah. I keep accusing my golden retriever of being a wolf, and I hold up her ears. And she's like, what are you doing? Will you just please pet me? But I hold them up and I howl, and she just stares at me. But I say that she's a wolf, a golden wolf.
A golden.
A woof, a woof, a woof, W-F-F, a woof. But anyhow, I got distracted. You studied marketing. Communications.
Public relations.
Yep, public relations. And that experience for you was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You learned a ton, and you learned way more than just classroom stuff. You built relationships. You had this experience that developed you into a better you, better version of you.
Yeah.
And, you know, I decided to join the ACC and went to Clemson and worked on my master's in business and got that. And you know what? I went through the ordination process, and that process was developing myself. You know, now I can marry him and bury him and all that stuff. That stuff, working to increase education, changes who you are, changes your value to the marketplace. Yep. Over time, if it's available, you can become an OT hog. Not forever, but for now.
Yeah.
And that's that big statement. Getting that second job. Not forever,
just
for now. Do you remember the statement? And the side hustle. Not forever, but for now.
Yeah.
And so it's really good. And so that really what we've been saying, and we've referenced it multiple times, is we're dealing with mindset.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to talk about this without bringing the mindset into any part of where you are financially. You know, you could be wealthy and there's still mindsets that you need to change, or you could be on the low income and there's mindsets. Like, we all have mindsets that we need to change. But for this one, are you having a poverty mentality versus the abundance mentality? You know, that's something you have to think.
So what is poverty mentality? And I want you to listen to this. When you think of money, do you immediately run to scarcity or that there is enough? And let me tell you why this is important to think about, because when you look throughout the world, especially the United States where we live, in Canada, there is abundance everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's everywhere. Listen, it's in Brazil, it's in Mexico, it's in Argentina, it's in the Philippines. There's areas of China, all over Europe, Australia, through South Africa, through many nations in Africa. There is abundance. And you can see it on TV, you can see it on shows, you can see it on YouTube channels. And the thing that you have to do is say, why do I sit here in lack or low income and all these other people are thriving? What is the difference? And then I ask the question, what are they doing differently than I'm doing? Mm. And number two, I say this to myself, if they could do it, then I can do it. Mm. And I ask that question, it reveals gaps. And when you're honest with yourself and you find these success stories, go ask them. Maybe you can't answer the question. Maybe you're like, I don't know what they're doing different. I felt like I was doing the same thing. Well, go ask them and ask them to share their lessons learned with you, because I find that people that have an abundance mentality have no problem sharing what was successful for them. That's why we have this podcast. Yeah. This has been successful for me. You guys have experienced success with it. You're going up and to the right financially. You've had lots of challenges in life. So have I. But the general trend is this way. Why? Because we have abundance mentality and we live by these principles. We want that for you. And so it starts by doing a little bit of investing. Your heart will transfer with it. You'll get fired up. You will see all those people on Target and you're walking around with a big smile, and just because all those people are working for you, because they're there to add value, to be profitable. Your stock will go up, you get dividends, and the next thing you know, you're going to build wealth, even on low income. Yeah. And guess what happens after that? Your low income becomes middle income. Stick with it long enough, it'll become high income. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. And I think that's also one of the reasons that we created Fully Funded Life, is so you're not walking the journey alone. Like, you don't have to do it alone. You can have a community of people come around you. We have a monthly payment option. We have, quarterly and annual. With quarterly and annual, you get coaching, which is amazing. You have somebody that comes alongside of you that can help you review your budget, can help you talk with about your specific financial challenges or your dreams or your goals and how you meet those, because we don't want you to do it alone. We have courses and challenges and videos and all this kind of stuff that can help you gain knowledge. And we also have the people to walk beside you to help you when you need help.
It gives you encouragement with equipping. Yeah. And that is a winning formula. Hey, check it out at fullyfunded.life. That's fullyfunded.life. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll see you next Monday with another helpful Monday money tip. Get fired up.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. There's a lot more content on our website. We got a few of them linked right here, and we got a subscription link as well. We would be so honored if you would click that like and subscribe button and go learn some additional stuff so that you can live your fully funded life.